This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. We keeping a foot on the whoop. Hke'S. We keeping a foot on the whoop. Hke'S. Let's talk about it, man. LeBron James, the number 2 greatest basketball player of all time. It's a lot of things that make you say love. It's a lot of things that make you say love. See, in this video, I'm going to be dish ragging, motherfucker. I done told you guys about secret loving LeBron tards, man. How you go from having and see, I say LeBron tards because that's what they are, their truest and their most properest levels. LeBron tards. How you have LeBron James outside of your top 10, i.e. Lewis Sports Network, and then you shoot him at number 9, i.e. Lewis Sports Network. I'm gonna call your rabbit ass out by name, and then all of a sudden you shoot him up in your top 5, Lewis Sports Network. When you do that, what it tells everybody is that you were always a secret loving LeBron tard. That means you were a fan of LeBron. And it tells us that there's limitations to your basketball knowledge. When you're talking about basketball at the highest levels, LeBron does not get mentioned out of your fucking mouth. Let me say it again. When you're talking about basketball at the highest levels, LeBron does not get mentioned out of your rabbit ass mouth. Because LeBron James is not qualified to be at the highest levels of basketball. The highest levels of basketball denotes Michael Jeffrey Jordan. It denotes Kobe Bean Bryant. It denotes Magic Johnson. It denotes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It denotes Larry Bird. Do I need to keep on going? Tim Duncan. Shaquille O'Neal. The reason why all of these guys are at the highest levels of basketball is because of their NBA Finals average and performance. And I told you guys, when you listen to this channel, you will always be on the wave, the thumb, the curve, the owl, and the needle of the damn situation. Let me say it again. You will always be on the wave, the thumb, the curve, the owl, and the needle of the damn situation. And what is all of that? It's as simple as understanding NBA Finals average. To be in the upper echelon of the pantheon of greatness, because I have to reteach this, you have to be at a 50 percentile and higher. LeBron James is at 40%. So how does he usurp a 71.4% Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant has dwarfed LeBron James by 31.4% of NBA Finals average and performance. How has he dwarfed Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan is 60% over him. Michael Jordan is absolution and resolution. 100% NBA Finals average and performance. Now people are going to sit here and say, but they have him number 2 greatest of all time. I don't care what ESPN said. I've listened to people give it He Knows Everything a low potion and talk about how LeBron James is greater than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is basketball, and basketball is Michael Jordan. Because Michael Jordan was the ultimate OG to understand that offensively you put the ball in the basket. Defensively you lock people up. What did double team say? What did Dennis Rodman say in double team? Offense gets the glory. That's what Jean-Claude Van Damme said. But what did Dennis Rodman say? Defense wins the game. Woo! That just gave me goosebumps. Offense gets the glory, but defense wins the game. They understand that elemental state. They understand that. That's what basketball is all about. LeBron James does not give you both of those dichotomies. LeBron James at his highest level is a chase down blocker. So he's not qualified from a defensive standpoint. LeBron James offensively at his highest level is giving you anywhere between 60 to 70% free throws. Average. So how is he qualified? When free throws is so underrated, free throws is part of closing basketball games. Because LeBron James is so atrocious at the free throw line, that's why he's petrified of the moment. Because he knows he has to stand at the free throw line to hit the clutch baskets. But he knows everything I told you about clutch. Clutch is a DNA thing. It has to be in you. It has to be in the fiber of your being. And if it's not in the fiber of your being, then how are you clutch? You're not going to get basketball at no higher level of teaching and preaching than this fashion here. When it's all said and done, LeBron James is not the second greatest basketball player the NBA has ever seen. LeBron James is number 16. That's his truest and his most properest levels. So if ESPN is reevaluating this thing, they would reevaluate it for LeBron James to be number 16. You can't be better than Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade psychologied him. See, when someone gives you a psychology, you can't be better than them. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the fucking truth. If it wasn't for Dwayne Wade's psychology in the Bahamas, LeBron James wouldn't even have a fucking ring. How can you be better than Kobe Bryant? A guy that played with Smush Parker, a guy that played with Jordan Farmar, a guy that played with Sasha Vujacic, Shannon Brown. These are guys that LeBron James will be spinning in his fucking head. And these are guys that Kobe Bryant won back-to-back with, man. Trevor Ariza. These are the guys. Lamar Odom, Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol ain't no fucking Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. But Kobe was able to win rings back-to-back. So you tell me how LeBron James is the second greatest basketball player of all time when he had the epic meltdown in 2011 with the Dallas Mavericks. How do you qualify that? How do you certify that? How do you quantify that? How do you calculate that and verify that? This is the guy that told you at the end of that NBA Finals. Now you guys are going to have to go back to your home and be miserable, just like I have to go back to my home. And I'm going to go back to my good life while you guys got to go back to your miserable lives. LeBron James was letting you know the LaFraud James that he was at his la truest and his most la properest la levels. And you guys didn't get the message, neither did you not pay attention. When it's all said and done, LeBron James is not the second greatest basketball player of all time. It's the biggest lie they ever told you. There's nothing about LeBron James that tells you that he's the second greatest basketball player. When you look at LeBron James, you see a guy that's a choker. This guy went to 10 NBA Finals. I don't know how these Rudy Poo and Plum Plum brains, classic notes and troglodytes, ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric want to tell you 4 out of 6. What is 4 out of 6? 4 out of 6 is somebody who went to 6 NBA Finals and won 4. That's the 4 out of 6. See, they try to make LeBron James NBA Finals look cute. There ain't nothing cute about LeBron James NBA Finals. LeBron James is 4 out of 10. These people on ESPN, I done told you guys about them. Neuro-linguistic programming. They have to delude their subconscious so that they can thereby turn around and turn you into brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads so they can delude your subconscious. They're very good at this. And that's what they've done to you guys. That's why you got the Lewis Sports Networks of the world who listens to ESPN too fucking much. Clearly ESPN has gotten to his corpus callosum and cerebellum, neuro-linguistic program his rabbit ass. Because he wasn't talking like that, especially when he was frequenting lives with He Knows Everything, formerly known as He Knows the Sport. Because He Knows the Sport, when you get around He Knows the Sport, you get around He Knows Everything, you got to be on your basketball dean. Because he keeps you on your fucking dean. Everybody's on their dean. Everybody's on their ultimate basketball level when they are talking basketball with He Knows Everything, formerly known as He Knows the Sport. You can't come slide to the mouth. You can't come incorrect. And you damn sure can't come politically incorrect. Because we will ether, murk, and check you over here on this fucking platform. And we will get you right. There's a standard to basketball. Maybe my basketball standards are too high. Or maybe you motherfuckers can't keep up. Let me say it again. Maybe my basketball standards are too high. Or maybe you motherfuckers can't keep up. There's a standard to basketball. LeBron James is not the standard. So LeBron James is not calculated. He's not certified. He's not verified. He's not authorized to be the number 2 basketball player of all time. Since when? That's a LeBron-tard nonsense. That's an LBJ Riders Media Brigade apologists and stands pushing. They're pushing it. Lagoon La Reffing pushing. La bought and La paid for La pushing. That's the La agenda. Everything LeBron James does, it has to be in La committee. Because greatness personification can only be hindered. The motherfucker can't be stopped. If you are great, you don't need a committee to tell you are great. Others will tell you by looking at what you've done. They know by your body of work. They understand what you've brought to the table that you are great. Listen to the NBA peers. The majority of them, the vast majority of them, always put Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant over LeBron James. There's a reason for that, because they were there. They understand what's called the basketball eye test. They understand the intangibles. They understand at the highest levels, these guys right here were masters of the universe when it came to the game of basketball. That these guys were ultimate warriors. That they were quintessential killers on the basketball court. They had the assassin's mentality. The assassin's mentality is the ultimate competitor's way of playing the game of basketball. That's how I play the game of basketball. I play with an assassin's mentality, with an ultimate competitor's mentality. Richie Rich plays it that way. That's why we run motherfuckers off the court. That's right, Santael. I'll ramalang your rabbit ass, dog. Don't bring your old ass around here. You get done the fuck up. We don't play over here, dog. 7-zip shutout. I embarrass your rabbit ass. Anyways, let's get back on topic. LeBron James is not the second greatest basketball player the NBA's ever seen. LeBron James is number 16. And if ESPN is not being bought and paid for, they're not basically being LBJ Riders Media, LBJ Brigade, LBJ Apologists, and LBJ Stands about the situation, they would understand that. A guy who cries to the referees. A guy that's always doing a stacking of the cards of the deck. That's why I laugh when they say Kevin Durant is the one that got this. No, it was LeBron James. He did it with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. He's the one that created this whole new super team dichotomy. Bragging about it. How it's not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. And I wouldn't have told you if that wasn't the case. I know everything about this dude so that I can dissect him and bring his rabbit ass down to his truest and his most properest levels. LeBron James is the biggest fraud in basketball, man. He's not the basketball player that you guys think that he is. In actuality, he is the basketball player that you don't think that he is. Because when it's all said and done, there's no way, unless you're a LeBron talk, unless you're an LBJ Riders Media, unless you're an LBJ Brigade, unless you're an LBJ Stands, that you will put LeBron on any stretch of the imagination of the second greatest basketball player of all time. You want to know who the second greatest basketball player of all time? It's Kobe beating Bryant. Slam dunk giant. Because like Michael Jordan said, he's the only one that deserves the comparison. The only reason why Kobe Bryant's number 2 and not number 1A with Michael Jordan is because you got to go by finals averager and performer. Jordan's 100% absolution and resolution, dog. When it's all said and done, he never let that thing go to 7. 6 for 6. 6 finals MVPs. That's 100%, dog. Absolution and resolution. And when it comes to stuff like that, you can't argue against that. Now, if Kobe would have got me those 7 fucking rings, I would have argued down with the best of them because he would have 4 finals MVPs. I would have argued down with the best of them that he's right there with Michael Jordan tied for NBA GOAT of all fucking time. I'd been right there running my mouth about that shit. But in actuality, it didn't happen. So Kobe Bryant 71.4%. So because of that, he is the second greatest basketball player the NBA's ever seen. If you're judging basketball at the highest levels, you understand that. That's the cold party. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Geeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Geeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.